Hello and welcome to Farthest Frontier. So, as luck would have it, I started recording the previous episode, and then much later that day, the patch was released. So we're now on 0.9.7a, I think it is. Yeah, 0.9.7a. And as far as I'm aware, this is the last patch before we get to full release, so I have no idea how long that's going to take. I mean, it took a long time just getting this patch out compared to others, but it's actually quite interesting. I mean, they did quite a bit in terms of mods and what have you, but there's some interesting changes which are noticeable straight away. One is that the walls look different now. Yeah. So I've got double walls, the argument being let's try and, try and make it as difficult as possible. Oh, there we go. You now get achievements as well. But yeah, I deliberately put in like double walls, forward being, well, if there's two sets of walls, it's going to be harder to get through. So before they looked more or less just like that, every single cell that we had. Now you can see actually two walls. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's, for whatever reason, it's decided to join that bit to that bit instead of that bit to that bit, I suppose. I mean, does it really matter? But it also means, I've noticed, is that there's now a gap running down there, which is interesting. But it actually took a long time to actually to load this game. It's been taking quite a long time anyway, to be fair, but it took a lot longer, and I'm assuming it's because it had to like rethink the walls. But one thing you'll notice is now we've got walls that actually can be built at an angle. So that's interesting, because you could make kind of circular walls. So if we go to defenses, pick a wall. It's like, I mean, normally you would just go in a straight line, but you can actually get it to build at a 45-degree angle. So that's different. They've also introduced double width doors, which is interesting. So you've got, as obviously double width. Now I was pondering, like, I'm thinking, why would it do that? And I'm wondering if it's because of these. I mean, that's a medium brick plaza. Let's have a look. Decorations. So there's a medium plaza, so it's too wide. So I suspect that's why they built those. So the idea is, instead of just having a typical cobbled road, you could then have a plaza that leads all the way up to your town centre or something. And you've got double width doors to do that. But yeah, it's just suddenly got me thinking. Let's just grab
Work
somebody
to be
out
done.
of curiosity. Can you go
Will
there?
do.
Because if you can go in there, it kind of defeats the objective. Yes, you can go in there. Right, okay. We're going to have to seal that up, and that's for certain. Defenses. Right, if I take there to... No, I can't. How am I supposed to seal that up? No. Right, let's take that bit out. Because I need to find a way to fix that. And if we go from there to... Alright, let's take that bit out then. Well, tell you what, no, actually, we'll take that bit out. Ah, it's sealed the wall up. Interesting. Right, so if we build it from there to there, let's see what it does now then. But yeah, there's no point having a double wall if people can get through it anyway. It's like, why bother? That's that bit there. Yeah, it also does look, in places it looks a bit strange. So you've got a nice 45-degree angle there, then you've got like a 45-degree joint, then you've got a joint there which looks a bit odd. You've got a joint between there, for some reason. I get that because it's on the end, so why join these bits? Got me puzzled. Let's take that one out. Oh, it's automatically joining them up. Oh no. Right, let's take that out then. What's it do? This is going to get complicated. Let's take... now that's that side, which I don't want to do. Right, so I'm curious what it's going to do if I go from here to here then. Yeah, that bit I get because it's right on the edge. That looks a bit strange. I'm assuming there must be... the ground mustn't be flat then. Yeah, it's not quite flat. I say it's not quite flat, it's not flat at all. Let's go from there. Now that's interesting, because I used that to seal up this wall here. To stop people getting through. Just grab this person here. Can you get over there? Okay, we don't go that way, so that's fine. As long as it's sealed up, that'll do for now. That's what I'm more concerned about, is any gaps. That looks a bit better. At least I think it's going to be better. We'll see, I mean, if it joins it up. That's, trouble is, if somebody breaks through that wall... Oh no, it's okay, it's a double wall anyway. Let's take that inner wall out of there then. Let's see if we can rethink that. Put that one there. Oh, except nobody can get to it. Oh, fudgesicles. Okay, that's interesting. How am I going to do that then? I'm going to pick a wall. Silly question. I'm doing it at a bad time because if there's an attack, it's going to be unpleasant. Usually whenever like raiders or anything turn up, it's like no. Right, let's go over to here as well. Whether they can get to there or not, I don't know. Tell you what, can we pause that bit? Leave a bit of wiggle room so they can actually get to it first. Alright, what are you doing? Are you a builder? I'm intrigued. I'm trying to select them because I'm trying to find out what they're doing. They just like hit the wall for some reason. But I mean, anyway, we'll see what happens. So that's ended up as it was. So fair enough. I would have thought it would have made more sense to. I don't know why it's joined. Oh, now I've got stone in there that I can't get back. Oh, fudgesicles. This is weird. It's weird with a capital weird. Right, put the stone manufacturers or miners on pause for the moment. Because I need to make sure we get all of that stone back. Because I don't think they do pick it up as such. They'll just leave it there and it'll get stuck somewhere. But anyway, yeah, so you've got those. You've got the ability to do angled walls, plus you've got double width gates. This is something I'm not sure what the point of is, to be fair. So we've now got a storage depot, or depot, and it's it's kind of like a mini version of this. So we've got a warehouse, and the way they pitched it was this is for like remote locations. So it's basically a warehouse. It's just got less capacity, and I'm thinking, well, why build that instead of the... I mean, that needs 20 wood. That needs 30 wood. But the capacity is much, much higher. I think it's like double or something. So I'm not really sure what the point of that was. It just seems kind of a strange choice, I'd say. Anyway, speaking of strange choices, I need to get them to work on this, don't I? I still haven't done anything with this thing. This is annoying me. But then they wouldn't listen to my channel now, would they? And it's the issue that I've got is just that you've got the ropes, you know, between the stakes in white, and the grid is white, and it just clashes. I find it very difficult to see where, like, one big piece of work actually already is because of the clash of the same colour. It seems a very strange choice. And we're still stuck with a flattening tool. There's no plans, as far as I'm aware, to give us proper terraforming. Right, let's see, we'll get that bit done. Right, who's that? It's Atka. What have you got then, Atka? I've got a bajillion coal, and you want to buy pelts when I want to buy them, don't I? Yeah, I'm the one who wants to buy them as well. I'll buy some of these. I mean, how many? I'll go for 20 for now. I'm surprised I've got so many. I think let's change this to, I'll just keep 100. I can't sell them, so it doesn't really matter much, but yeah, I could really have done with the pelts. So what's going on over here? So this is a paper mill. Oh yes, I'm trying to fix the lack of paper, aren't I? So we don't have much paper, so we don't have many books. I think they've been doing things to tweak things. Because I think we get more tallow and more hides, but we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see what effect that has for me. My main interest is still getting these areas flattened before I eventually try and put in like towers and what have you. But it's still, the issue for me is just a distinct lack of money. It's a bit of a problem, I'm just saying. I just don't have any. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Right, that's enabled. That is disabled. Right, so I'll get them to build that one because at least they can get to it now. That's a bit on that. There's no join there. Yeah, it's bizarre why it picks like where to join and where not to join. Defences or war, so at the very least I need a single layer there to get that done. So the idea is I just want to use up the stone that's lying on the floor first, and then I'll bring the actual stone mines back. What else have they been doing? Oh yes, so we've got achievements now. So they've been doing quite a lot with mods, which I'm not into at the moment, but I don't think I'll be able to do anyway because I'm not using a standalone PC. But it's interesting, like usually achievements with games are, you'll see them in the Steam game itself, and then on some games you do get the little pop-ups, and we did see one at one point here. They're death rights, very dead people. But yeah, this is a game that's been running for a while, so the chances of me getting these sort of things are pretty much slim to non-existent. So it's interesting that they're also showing you like a list of achievements within the game itself though, but realistically I'm going to have to start a new game to get pretty much all of these if I want them. I mean, one of them is construct the town centre. Well, I've already done that. And it doesn't, as you can see, count the existing achievements you've done. It doesn't have a look and say, oh, you've already done this and you've already done that. I think most games don't, to be fair, so that's not really much of an issue. So that's fine, but yeah, I quite like that, how you can kind of like pace yourself to try to achieve certain things. The apiary was something they did as well. So does that come under food, or I think it comes under resources. Not the apiary either. Yeah, it is the apiary. So supposedly these should get bonuses from being next to fruit trees, but I question that because I'm getting like 70% here. I mean, there's some there's some vegetables there. So I don't know what's so special about that specific area. Because if I bring it next to the trees, it's not that much. So there's a load of trees nearby, but 67% there, 64% there, and it's surrounded by trees. So I'm questioning that bit. I'm dubious about that addition. What about Beldar? Where's Beldar got? Again, you want to buy them? I want to buy the pelts. Ooh, that's a thought. I've got a lot of pelts all of a sudden, and I think they did say like you'll get more pelts and more tallow. I'll sell some soap. Don't mind selling that. Now, why have I got 67? Why am I even keeping pelts in here? Because pelts are a big problem that I've got. That's why I've hardly got any high coats or any shoes. That's bizarre. There's nothing wonderfully exciting there. Let's fix that. Need that up and running. Once I've got that done, we'll get the inner wall done. But it's yeah, it's definitely it's different. You're actually gonna. Are you building that or what? I can't get to it. That's the trouble. It's in there somewhere. I can get that bit. I can't get that bit. I think they're working on it. Hopefully, I don't end up. Well, oh, I see. That's a problem. Yeah, that is suddenly a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Because somebody can now go through the door. Which is a problem. That's not what I had in mind. Right, let's take that out. Unless I've got to build them deeper. I mean, I don't know if it's going to make any difference, but I'm going to try. See how it's sealing that off? Now it's doing that because there's nothing to join it up to, so I have a horrible feeling this is not going to make any difference. So I may well have broke my walls in the process, but it just means if you can get through there, then you can get into the inner part. That was not the intention, because the idea was then the way I had it before, you'd have to keep breaking multiple walls, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, so let's see. So we've got what looks to be an improvement on resources as far as I can see. Normally I've hardly got any hides at all. I've got quite a bit of tallow actually, so that's a thought. I mean, don't worry, the best is yet to come. Let's see, tallow. Where is tallow when you need it? There's some stone. Ah, right, start keeping some spare tallow around. Yeah, actually I've got quite a bit, so I'll keep 100 in the trading post then. So, yeah, there's those bits and pieces that they've tweaked. Let's just keep plugging away at this actually, because this has to get done. Where's the edge? Somewhere in here there is an edge and I just can't see it. Is that one there? Ah, there it is there. I can see you. I see you. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Lethros. Lethros? I think it's Lethros. So you're running from there. Right, what have you got, Lethros? Usually Lethros has got the more expensive stuff. So I can sell him some furniture. Because I don't need it, apparently. Might be tempting. The only trouble is I've got to kind of like juggle the amount of gold that I've got in that. In terms of I don't want to have too much of it. I think that'll do for now. So got the rest in the piggy bank. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that if you hit a certain amount of gold, you'll start attracting the private armies. Now, I really have no hope against them. I do not fancy my chances. If a private army turns up, I'll just have to pay them off. Be like, fine, here's the money, take it. Right, so let's go that way. Right, just keep plugging away there. So they're the only double walls I've been doing. The apiary, as far as I can see, doesn't make any difference. And what about these places? So these are... No, they're still adamant that most of the time is spent transferring goods, which has got me puzzled. Because it kind of implies that the issue is it's the storage. Because all they do is, I say all they do, they go out and they extract the gold ore. But all they do is they just bring it to the surface. They don't take it anywhere. I mean, that's where the wagoners come in. They'll collect the gold ore and then they'll take it to a storage place. As far as I recall. So I'm a bit puzzled as to what this is referring to then. I mean, I know these people do spend quite a bit of time going places. I mean, at the moment they're busy gathering
What needs doing?
At the minute they've been spending a long time coming up here for things like wood. So if memory serves, I did set up somewhere. Yes, over here. So we've now got people chopping up wood. Down here we should have... Most of the time is going to be spent growing the trees more than anything. They're just putting trees, and at some point they'll start to chop those trees down. In which case I do expect them to end up here. Because there's no other storage around here where I'm keeping logs. So hopefully that a wagoner will come along and then just dump it over here. I don't have that much control over what goes where, to be fair. It remains to be seen whether these temporary shelters start having more of an effect, because that was something they said they'd addressed. I think they were saying that there was issues where you'd get somebody would just ignore one of these temporary shelters, even though it had, you know, food, and it had, in this case, like the firewood. They would still ignore them for whatever reason, and you get more people with dying of exposure during the winter. So we'll have to see about that, what happens there. Let's see, I don't think there's any new buildings that I'm aware of. Because I think the main emphasis was on this idea of a storage depot or depot, and like I say, I just don't see any purpose in it really. Plus the actual ability to grow to build fences at an angle. But I think probably the biggest thing has got to be their mods. Having said that, for me, the biggest thing is this. Because for me, I mean, I'm running it on GeForce now. And it's been really struggling to run the game. Whenever I get like the reports from the rig, the rig performance is usually either 0 or 1 at best. So it has improved a bit. I mean, I was playing it as a test before I recorded this, and this was hitting speeds of about in the 50s at some point, whereas before this patch I was in the 20s. So it has improved. I mean, it feels a bit better anyway. I think in the last episode when I was playing, there was times where the game literally froze and then it recovered. When that tends to happen, I usually do get a warning from NVIDIA to say that the game, you know, the rig is really struggling. You really need to turn the settings down, and I'm struggling to find any settings to turn down, to be honest. I mean, it's running it's running on 4K. I mean, I've reduced, say, like the sampling down to like 75%, for example, so it's not as detailed as it could be. But it's like, you know, something's got to give. Right, seems they've done that bit. Hasn't made any difference. Oh yes, it has. Right, that has actually worked. Okay, that's good. What hasn't worked is this bit here. I can't seem to select this, and I can't zoom over it. This is a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I need to be able to pick that, otherwise I'm going to have a gap. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm going to build that one. So presumably at some point they'll build that, and I'm hoping then that'll seal that up. So we shall see. But yeah, we're in the 40s now. I think, where was it? It tends to struggle on performance, I think, up here. I've always had that problem since day one, where it kind of struggles. I suppose there's just so much to think about out on the edges at a different distance to, you know, from here. So it usually does struggle, but it does feel better. I'll say that. And that for me is like the biggest benefit. They've done something in terms of RAM utilization, I think it is. That's something I caught in the notes. So maybe that was the problem, where it was just because I've got like so many buildings. So it may not necessarily be like the number of people and so on. It could be just like the sheer number of buildings, all the walls and so on. So we'll see how that goes. But one other thing they've done is this. So what are they doing? They're relaxing. And now what people actually go and do is they go around and go and have like a little browse of what of things. So like these ones, they're going to the market, for example, to have a look around. I mean, they're out doing their laundry, which is quite interesting. That, I wonder if any of them have been able to go to the. I mean, I don't have that any beer. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you've now got people. You know, you can see people drinking and what have you. What is it? It's not that one. It's not that one. Every game's got a different. Is it that one? Not that one. Oh, there it is. It's working now. Right. Okay. For some strange reason, that wasn't right. Yeah, it's different though. I quite like that. That's as close as I can get. So what are they doing? So they're doing some gardening. So they're a labourer, but they're busy doing some gardening.
What is it?
What are you up to? You're drinking. Sensible person. You're having a nice drink there, are you? So that's interesting. That it definitely adds a bit of immersion into the game. Like, well, I don't remember like them doing anything even close to this. So you've now got, you know, your labourers every now and again will come to like the market or what have you, and they'll start looking at things and kind of like interacting. I mean, I've always noticed like you've had the preacher always at the shrine. That always gets me every time I see that. I keep thinking it says like a villager has been cursed, and I'm thinking, what? It sounds terrible. That's definitely not a good thing. I'm still feeling a bit of latency every now and again. Like I'll start moving around and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Oh, now I can do something. But I mean, to be fair, the game is still in early access, so you never know that. Oh, that's not a good idea. Might have more tricks up their sleeve before we get to the next, well, the full release. But I honestly, I don't know when like version 1.0 would come out. Somewhere there, that looks like an edge. There's an edge. And somewhere that looks kind of like an edge. But ultimately, I want to trench all the way down to about this lower level, just to stop people sneaking across. I suppose I should. I mean, that's the highest point there. If I can get them to go at that height, maybe. So let's see. So what else? So basically, we're back on track again. I mean, it might be tempting to start adding more people. Oh, speaking of more people, let's put these back up and running. Otherwise, we'll run out of stone at some point. But it looks like we'll get that plugged. I'm pleased with that bit. They've done that. They've sealed that off at least. That bit's a bit strange, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, if anybody breaks through here, doesn't matter. I mean, they've always got like another layer of wall to go through. But I think once that's up and running, we'll be back to where we were before, where anybody who spawns up in the northwest, which is usually where the armies do, they'll come around here, around the lake, and then we'll have the... Oh, hold on, what happened to that place? That's a bit strange. That is definitely looking strange. We can't have things looking strange. Ah, it's definitely strange. I mean, it's strange with a capital strange. Right, so that's... I have no idea why that's like that, but... What about the other one then? Yeah, that one's okay. But I think that this is the only place where I've been putting up the double walls, and it's just literally to kind of like force people around the edge so that the towers can take pot shots at them. This is intended to do the same thing. Oh, now there's a thought. Right, there you go. Now I know where we don't have the guards. One thing I've yet to find out is they made an adjustment which should mean that the game starts quicker now. I'll have to see, because it can take about 2 minutes or something for me to start the game. I'll have to see in this case. You'll only find out once you actually save with this newer version. But it did take a long time to actually start up, and like I was saying before, I think it's basically because it was rebuilding the walls and what have you. So a bit of a look-see then. So, well, I'm looking at people. So I've got quite a few spare labourers. So that's a bit better. Actually, that's a thought. Is anything on hold? No, not at the minute. Oh yes, there is. The planks are on hold. Cheese is on hold. Arrows, crossbows, bows. Okay. Beer is still a problem. The hauberks are on hold. How are we doing for paper? Right, that mill there is... It's almost maxed out. Let's take 2 out of there. We'll put 6 out of there and put 6 in there. Keep them going along. There was something I was thinking about. Oh, that was it. It was the flax, wasn't it? Because at the moment, flax is down here. tempting to try and move that closer down here so there's less distance to travel. Now this is the bookbinder, which would make sense to be closer to the actual paper mills, and this one's a furniture workshop, so they use planks. Now where are the... so that's where the wood's getting done, so I might swap these round. So I can see if I can move that up to here for now. Except it's not flat ground. Nope, can't go there, can't go there because it's too steep. Can I move them to there? Where are you? Where's it gone? It's here somewhere. There it is. Right, let's move that. Can I put that there? Just spin it around there. I mean, technically you can get in and out. I think. I'll have to find out. But if I can do that, then I can run the two paper mills here. So they've both got a bit of an easier path to get down to here, which is where I expect most of the flax to be stored. Except over here. Yeah, it'll be flax stored over here as well. Tricky. So where's the nearest storage then? Alright, so they don't store any. And that's a wagoner.
Aye?
Hello. You're a wagon shop. Oh, I think there's a storage down here somewhere. Ah, no, that's there. Ah, there it is there. Right, there's a storage there. Oh, let's move that over to... let's move that over to there. Because why not? Be a bit closer. So we'll get them to move that, and I'll bring... now, it's a big assumption, but I think I can fit it in there. Wherever it's gone. There it is, there's a paper mill. So it doesn't... there isn't a tier 1 version of it. That's no big deal. So let's wait for them to dismantle that place. There you go. Consider yourself dismantled. Right, I'll move that over to there. I'll just juggle things, as you do. Roads. Can I build another road down here then, just for the sake of completeness? No, I don't want you doing that. I want you to run a straight line. I like nice straight lines. So dismantling that, rebuilding that, they're probably going to get fed up. It's like, once they've actually rebuilt it there, I'm going to dismantle it again and move them again. It's like, seriously, can you not make your mind and put us like somewhere permanent? So beer remains a big, big problem. Fudgesicles. But I suppose if the performance isn't too, we're kind of like in the 30s. I mean, as long as the performance isn't too bad, I wouldn't be that concerned of adding more buildings for more people, I suppose. Accommodate it, maybe. Right, there you go. Consider yourself moved. You can go and work over there. Oh, except I can't fit you in. No! Oh, fudgesicles. Right, so there's a tannery. Oh, fiddlesticks. I mean, I could move the water around. It doesn't have to be right there. Wow, the amount of juggling you have to do. What I need is a sort of like a builder in here, like a little building where you can click on a builder and tell them, just go and completely rethink this place. Just totally rip it all out, start again, rebuild everything. Based on this design. It'll be so much easier. Right. Where are we getting to with our trench? We're getting somewhere. And somewhere's better than nowhere. So we go there. So where's our edge now? There. So that should be slowly creeping to the right. I don't know if I've got an edge as such, but... Oh. Right, I think we'll have to ease up on this because it's getting into the winter time. Interesting to see what happens with... because usually when I get into the winter time, I tend to lose quite a lot of people to exposure. Which is understandable because it's really cold outside and we don't have coats. Speaking of which, see, we've only got 8 coats. So I've got 58 pelts for some reason. 8 coats. So let's have a look-see. Statistics. Let's close that down. Statistics. Resources. So, gathering and mining. Nope. Interesting. So we've produced 240, but we've consumed. So we're just on the edge. And it's interesting. We've hardly got any medicinal roots. 585 have spoiled. You've got to be kidding me. But that's surprising that all we've done is produce 12. Let's have a look. So these... hold on a tick. These are basket shops. Why are they doing berries? That does not make sense. So you're supposed to be doing willow. As are you. So that's the whole point. So there's no point you doing willow as well. So you may as well do the medicinal roots. So you should have berries, then greens, then herbs. Well, that's interesting. Now that we've gone into winter, that's all disappeared. All the little icons that showed you what they were doing. Right, so if you were doing... so you must be doing the medicinal roots. You'll be doing the mushrooms. Not doing the nuts. So since we're not doing enough medicinal herbs, I'll do that. Because there's no... somewhere in here there's an apothecary. So what are these lot doing then? Let's have a look-see. So I've got an apothecary over here if memory serves. Yeah, so they need medicinal herbs. So we've got... so you need willow as well. Interesting. So why are you... So, okay, so who's doing the berries? Everything's back to front. Right, so you're doing berries. Right, in which case you do greens, because I need to make sure everybody's doing something that I want them to make. You can do those, you can do mushrooms, and you can do nuts. So I think we're missing... That's a house. So it looks like we're missing a one that does... Yeah, I'm missing one that does willow. Okay. So I'm going to add one of them to the mix. Now it's interesting. Does that come under food then? Yes, you're a forager's shack. Plunk that one down there. So we'll get them to build that, and then we'll get them to do the willow then. So this now got me intrigued. So are these finished? So there's not enough people doing this. I want these stocked out just to make sure there's plenty of people. Yeah, so they're all stocked out. So they should produce our pellet and our tallow. So tallow is not too concerning at the minute. Tallow, what do they use the tallow for? Would that go into... Was the tannery using that at some point? Yeah, they use the tallow. Oh, it's a soap shop, that was it. That was close. Speaking of soap shop, I would have thought that would have been doing wax. Oh no, yeah, the candle will be Brain's gone to sleep. The candle shop will be doing wax. And I've got like a bajillion of that. So where is the...
Aye.
Not you. Tanneries, cobblers, splitters. So I've got a soap shop there. So where would I put the... Ah, right, I think the candles. Because most of the... There's a cheesemaker. Makes sense why the cheesemaker's there, but they're shut. I'm just trying to think of where I put the... soap. Did I not click on a soap shop at some point in my travels? There's a soap shop, but what about the candle shop? That's a big building. There's a Fletcher there. Potters. Used. There's the candle shop there then. So I've got like a bajillion wax. I mean, I don't know of any other use than candles for that. I mean, I could do with using more of this up. Hey, more of this, I mean. Yeah, I could do with using up more of that. But then I'll just have to keep selling tons and tons of candles. So I think there's only one candle shut. I think I'm going to add another one in. I mean, I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna do something with that wax. I don't think I've seen that many people ask for it though. Furniture, brewery, glass. Where is the candle shop? It's down here somewhere, maybe. Nope. There's a stable. Potters, weavers. Ah, there you go. There's a candle shop, so I'll put it next to this existing one. Right, so paper. I mean, we've got like tons of paper, but let's crank these up. Actually, we'll just go all out. I'm feeling generous. So I've still got... I'm surprised I've got so many spare people, but... hopefully that'll help. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. I'm going to have to try and level this out a bit. Oh, I've got to be careful I don't end up breaking the road in the process. Because, yeah, that road ended up getting wrecked at some point. It's very easy to break these because there's just no proper terraforming tools. I think I've harped on about that plenty of times, but... Right, so our road, our wall's blocked off there. You've got a double gate there. Well, it's kind of like it's a triple wall, this place, to be fair. You get through two walls, or two gates, and then you're straight into the barracks. Speaking of which... Yeah, so they're at 1%. So they're almost at full veterancy. I'm tempted to... I mean, how much do they cost now? Because they did make some adjustments to the cost. So they cost... Ah, interesting. So this is actually saying 8 of 12. Ah, so they're giving us more wiggle room. I won't say no to more cavalry. So you're off mounting your steed,
at the ready.
Right, so you're off to go and grab a horse from somewhere, presumably. Because our horses are down over here. Because otherwise the horses don't get up to much. To be fair, they just... Well, they're having a nice time playing in the field when it's... Well, at least when it's not winter anyway. Why is that paused? And what is it? Ah, that's for the firewood. Gotcha. Actually, that's a thought. I don't think there's a reason not to upgrade that. because it doesn't involve heavy tools, so... Right, where are you going? I'm curious to see where
Your
they
command.
go, because he's off to get a horse, and then presumably at some point he'll then go off and stop. Hold on, is that not a different person? The other one had like...
Your orders.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. He had fish. He had... That one's got some fish, this one's got vegetables and apples. So there we go, we've now got a horse. I'm curious then, I mean... So that's what they look like at the moment. So now you have to get weapons. So at the moment he's wandering around with a big axe. So I'm assuming he's going to go and get a heavy weapon. But Craigie, you do not look 16, I'm just saying. But somewhere, usually over the, in the vault, I'd imagine, there'll be weapons for them. I think that's the only place I'd tell them to store them. So I'm assuming they'll come out that with heavy weapons. And then there'll be the armour that they should be able to get as well. So you're now garrisoning. Aha, right, so you can see we've now got the plate mail as well, so they've got that as well. Oh. We're down to 4,000 gold. I really need to sell more things. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it would be helpful. Right, getting back to the spring. Right, let's have a look. Can't, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to, I can't, like, get the lake to fill this place up. It would be extremely fun if I could. I'd really like a moat. I'm just saying. I certainly wouldn't say no to a moat. And flatten there. Start flattening up to here and then flattening over from there again. And then go from there. Flatten it there and then flatten it over there. There's a lot of flattening going on. I'm just saying, you know, there's like a lot of it going on. Right, oh, there's a thought. What's that wall looking like? Okay, that's okay. Now why? That makes no sense. Why have I got nobody in the gate? One person in there, there's two in there. There's one in there. Let's crank that up to 2. Because usually when they're coming around, the raiders come around and cause mischief, they'll be coming around here. So I think the more of those, the better, really. They do sometimes show up down here, not often, but... I'm kind of wondering why have I got 2 gates. It's mainly just because of the compost. Yeah, that's still working, thankfully. So we're waiting on this to get into production before they'll start producing firewood. So what are these doing then? So we don't produce soap, we don't produce candles. So I'm curious, what am I doing? Oh yes, we'll upgrade that before we forget. So I've got a blacksmith. I'll upgrade that. I mean, I may as well. I think before I wasn't upgrading them because I was thinking, oh well, there's a need for heavy tools, but would make more sense just to upgrade them and then they can do more. I think they're more efficient if they do. Doesn't cost me much. So beer's still a problem. So let's have a look. See, so we've got. So if these keep going up, hopefully I can start at least sell them off. Because as far as I recall, I haven't seen much of a demand for wax, but candles are quite often asked for. So it's really these. Why are we not producing enough tools? Because I've got tools getting built down here. I've also got them being made up here somewhere. Here. So that's all they do. If you want weapons, get them down here. So these two do a... They're doing a mixture of tools and weapons. As are these. Let's crank this up. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. Let's crank that up. Because tools are a problem at the minute. As long as I don't run out of labourers, that's fine. I mean, if I run out of labourers, I'm going to have problems. I'm just saying. Oh, hello. Was that saying there's something on fire? Now, I'm going to have to keep my fingers crossed that somebody comes along and sells me some things, because I've just committed to a lot of upgrades which cost a lot of money. It's going to be embarrassing if it doesn't go to plan. I don't think that's short on storage. That should be fine. Just prioritise this little building down here. Oh, hold on. Hold your horses. Let's go that away. Speaking of horses, that's just suddenly got me thinking. I've just added some cavalry units that have got no experience. Ah, yeah, so the veterancy isn't necessarily just the squad as a whole. It even depends on the individuals, which makes sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. That's what you'd want. So you can't just have like a really good crew that's got a lot of experience, add somebody along and assume that the experience is still just as good. It's like, you say, like I'd lost 11 out of the 12 or something. It'd be a bit unfair if we still had that full veterancy. If, you know, I replaced like 11 actual veterans with like with youngsters who've got no experience at all. Right, let's just go and do this block. Oh, hold on. All right, yeah, because they're still working on that bit there, aren't they? This is the trouble. It's because they've got the colours the same. It's messing things up for me. I don't know what I'm working on or what I need to work on. Well, it's saying me. I mean, it's really these people. Right, who we got? Oh, Akka's back again. Right, okay, Akka, let's slow this down. What have you got then? Or more specifically, what can I sell you? Oh, I can sell you candles. Exactly what I needed. Oh, wow, see, that's getting me some good money. I want to sell you those. So I'm not doing too bad. I could do with more iron ore, it seems. I'll sell the coal off because I've just got way too much coal. And I'll buy some of these from you. Ooh, you've got 120. Okay, I don't need that many. Yeah, I'll go with that. So I made a bit of a profit there. Let's see what the next person has. Because at the moment I'm running at a loss because I've cranked up the number of lancers and I've cranked up the number of guards and towers. But I just suspect I'm going to have a better chance selling candles than I will selling the wax. Which I would have thought they're probably worth a lot more anyway, to be fair, but... Yeah, I mean, in any case, as far as I'm concerned, the big boost for me is this. It feels a lot smoother now than it did before. I'm pretty sure there's people out there with like more far more people than me. So I don't know whether it was just like the number of buildings that I've got or something else, but it's, yeah, it definitely feels a lot better. So they've introduced some things which are interesting. You know, being able to watch what your little villagers get up to every now and again. They're keeping themselves occupied, which is interesting. I don't know. I even just see them like going out doing the laundry. I thought it was quite amusing in some respects. But yeah, there's still a lot I need to get done. Get this all sorted out so that I can set up my towers to defend this road and even just to defend that gate, I suppose. And at some point, I've got to start thinking, do I really want to move that town up to here? Because it'll probably go over here somewhere, closer to the gateway, so that if we do get attacked, well, we will get attacked at some point, I would assume. You can just pile everybody into the town centre and they can just keep taking pot shots. And anybody who wants to attack the town centre is going to come up this long, windy road. And hopefully they'll never get there, but, you know, I've got to be prepared. So yeah, still a lot to do. Of course, it's all for another episode.